right, Shalom. Before we get started, we want to give all the glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chakodash.
Hey, double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Hey, Shalom to all the sincere Akim that's pushing His word and the truth around the four corners of the earth, right? So it's another midweek camp for us, and we just gonna build in the spirit and go where the spirit take us. But the first thing I want to open up with is that in Ecclesiastes, because the bishop, I didn't get a chance to watch the video from the bishop, but he did a video earlier dealing with purpose. You know, basically a man's purpose is not just. I just saw this. I didn't get a chance to check it, but I saw the screen.
Yep.
You know, about a man's purpose is more than just simply paying bills and so on and so forth, man. All right, you got that?
I got you.
Go ahead with it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Read that again.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So this is wisdom. This is King Solomon, which is Yahweh Shai, all right, who is well known for his wisdom. The Lord said in First Kings that the Lord blessed King Solomon with more wisdom and more glory than any king before him and after him. All right, so he set his heart out. Matter of fact, if you could pull out your phone, and what's that word, conclusion? Could you look up that word, conclusion? Because King Solomon set his heart out on multiple different things, and this is one of the conclusions that he came to, was that that a man should fear the Lord and keep His commandments, man. Yeah. But I want to get that word conclusion.
This is the term conclusion in the Hebrew, in the 12th chapter, the 13th verse of Ecclesiastes. The term conclusion is term conclusion is sawab, which means end, conclusion. When you go to the lexicon, it says an end.
So this is just like when you come to the conclusion of something.
The end all be all.
The end all be all of it. The end all be all of it is the purpose of man, especially an Israelite man, is to keep the commandments and fear the Lord. Right? Any more to that? You got any more?
Yeah, and the root word also, which is sawab, which is the primitive root, is to cease, come to an end, to come to an end, to make an end.
To make an end. So the conclusion, when we were in school, whether you were in elementary, middle school, high school, college, when you would write a term paper or any type of paper, right? Remember the body, how a paper's body set up. You had an intro, then you had the body of the paper, and then you had a conclusion.
Right.
And the conclusion was what? The conclusion was the teacher would tell you to
summarize
pretty much everything that's in the paper that you wrote. So you would read, you introduce what you write, you would write about it, and then the conclusion is this is a summary of everything that you just. Matter of fact, go from there. Yeah, bringing it full circle. Matter of fact, go to Revelation 22. I think you know what I want. Yeah.
This is the book of Revelations, the 22nd chapter and the 16th verse.
Yep.
And it reads, I, Yahweh Shai, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star.
Matter of fact, that's not it. That was a good one too. But
verse 7.
What is it?
Oh, I think
Revelation 22 and blessed is he that keeps.
Oh yeah,
7.
Yeah.
That's correct.
This is
a conclusive scripture. This is the last chapter of the book.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 14. I started verse 13. I am Alpha and Omega.
So this is Yahweh Shai, who was King Solomon. So he said even during the time of Yahweh, when he was Solomon, this is the conclusion of the matter. Go ahead.
The beginning and the end, the first and the last. Verse 14. Blessed are they that do His commandments.
Oh, blessed is he that do His commandments. But you have Christianity and their preachers telling you that the law is done away with. But the very last chapter of this book is establishing the law.
Yep.
All right. Now we understand that we're under grace and we can't keep the law in perfection, but nevertheless, we're searching to be able to fulfill the purpose, our full purpose on the planet Earth while we were even created. Matter of fact, you could drop that. Matter of fact, I want to see something. Is that the last time Yahweh Shai even in red speaks?
That was the one oh no, surely I come quickly.
Okay, so that's pretty much, he's wrapping it up. Now go from there to Isaiah 45 and 7. Because see, we as Israelites, Israelite men specifically, we have a specific job, a purpose that the majority of our people are rebelling against. And our purpose is to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai through fear and keeping of the commandments. Yeah. Right? So get that in Isaiah 45 and I believe 7.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I form the light and create darkness.
Actually, where is it at? Israel mind left. Oh, is that it? It might be
14.
Is it 14? Isaiah 40,
45 and 14.
The what?
Isaiah 45. This is Isaiah chapter 45 verse 14.
Is that 14?
It might be 47.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, okay.
Let's see here.
Should be,
it's 45.
Yeah, I think it's 45. 45 and 4.
Mine elect.
Israel
Mine elect. That's 45.
Yeah, I think that's 45.
I think it's 44 actually. 45. It's
45 and 4. It's 45 and 4.
Yeah.
So like a few verses off.
Yeah. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 45 verse 4. It says, for Jacob's my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect.
Israel mine elect. The whole nation of Israel is the elect. But there's an elect of the elect. And we understand that they're the elect of the elect is who's going to receive this word now. But overall, the whole nation of Israel is the elect of the Lord. The Lord elected the nation of Israel to be his nation of servants, starting with the men. That's why we are the sons of God. So the Lord gave us a purpose. The purpose wasn't to be as the bishop was saying, like I said, I didn't get a chance to check the video, but overall, our purpose wasn't to come down here and pay bills and, be entertainers and bloggers and podcasters and, miscreants and so on and so forth. The Lord, we are a royal people, man.
Woo, I got a precept for you.
Hey, bring it up.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9.
Oh, yeah.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
A royal priesthood. Matter of fact, hold that. I want to finish that, but go to Exodus 19. Exodus 19 and I want to say 7. So we're going to read that again because that's a great point. Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. Yeah. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation.
A holy nation. The word holy goes back to the Hebrew word quadar, quadash. Salaki. Quadar is new. Kadar is new. Salaki. Quadash. All right. Rakar quadash. Yeah. All right. The Holy Spirit. All right. Holy means separate. The nation of Israel was separated from the other nations with a specific purpose. Yep. And that specific purpose was to serve the Lord. Yep. Keep going with that. We're going to get that precept.
And holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Read that again. That's a heavy precept.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Dark. I believe they put on the darkness.
Dark.
That's the spirit you said there.
Yeah.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
Hear that? But ye are a chosen nation, not chosen nations.
Right.
So if you miss all of that, the Lord sent forth the Great Commission to all the nations. No, to go get the Israelites, the chosen people out of those nations. Keep going with that. That's a heavy precept.
A royal priesthood.
A royal priesthood. Now hold that. Don't finish that. Now go to Exodus 19 because you got to understand the Lord set up all the men of the nation of Israel to be priests. We're all supposed to be priests.
Oh, yeah.
Every last one of us. Now there's a ranking file that we understand through the precepts of the scriptures that what? The 144,000 Those are the servants of the Lord, the prophets. But when you get to the kingdom of heaven, all the men of the nation are going to be priests.
I got a priest of it.
Oh, come on, man, bring it, man.
This is Revelation chapter 5.
That's what I go call next.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, please hold that. That's
God.
gonna go next. I want to read
God.
that in Exodus first. That's the spirit, bro.
Can I start at verse 5?
Baba Kashai.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 19, verse 5.
Yep.
Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed.
Now this is the law. Matter of fact, go to 1 and then skip down to 5.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 19, verse 1. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel.
Then when the children of Israel, that royal chosen nation, that holy nation, go ahead,
were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai.
Yeah, this go around, we're not going to have to go in the wilderness. But we're still in Egypt. This is a modern Egypt. All right. Matter of fact, I know you just got here. Yeah.
I got precepts everywhere, but
I got it.
Spirit.
Go to Isaiah 19 and I shall set forth an altar. I think it's Isaiah 19 and 11. I shall set forth an altar in Egypt. It's Isaiah 19. It's near probably by. It's in there. It might be 1919. Yeah, Isaiah 19 and 19.
Yeah, I get it. Isaiah 19:19. And that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Read it again.
God. Isaiah 19:19. In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt.
So this is Isaiah prophesying this. Ancient Egypt, during the time of Moses, had already fallen. So this is speaking on what? This modern Egypt.
Woo. Yeah.
All right. And that day I shall set, read it again, because this goes hand in hand with the fact that there's priests and the Lord prophesying this. Go ahead.
And that day, Isaiah 19:19, and that day shall there be an altar to the Lord in the midst.
This is the altar. Go ahead.
Of the land of Egypt.
In the land of Egypt. This is Egypt. Revelation 11 and 8 tells us that.
Yep.
This is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay? So this is the altar. Who comes to the altar? Priests. Right? Who sacrifices the sacrifice at the altar? The priests. All right? Shalom, brother. Shalom, bro. Is that it on that?
A little bit more.
Yeah.
And a pillar at the border
Because
thereof.
who's the pillars? Who's truly the pillars of the nation of Israel? The priests. The priests and the kings, those two axes of the nation, that's the backbone of the nation. I remember years ago, Apostle Tahar said that. So that there's nowhere in the scriptures you see a general, you got general commanding general. There's no rank to a general. Yeah. The pillars are the priests, the apostles. All right. Any more to that? That might be it on that. That was it on that. Now, finish. Go back to Exodus, and then we're gonna get that in Revelation.
This is book of Exodus chapter 19, verse 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure.
A peculiar treasure that the Lord gave his covenant to. The covenant was what? For us to be able to teach this word, learn this word, the law, statutes, commandments, the culture of it, everything that comes with it. That's why the very first thing the Lord did, going back to Egypt, when the Lord delivered us out of Egypt with Moses, Aaron, was what? The Lord said, what? I'm going to send you to Egypt, Moses, but I'm going to give you your brother, Aaron, who shall be the mouthpiece, right? He said to Moses that what? Ye shall be the most high, and Aaron shall be the prophet. And then what came forth from Aaron? The line of the priests, the high priest. Fast forwarding to Yahushua coming and ending in the priesthood of the Levitical priesthood. Yeah. Open it up. Matter of fact, go to Hebrews 7 and 14, man. I know we got a lot of precepts open, but we're dealing with the purpose of an Israelite man is to be a priest, man. First and foremost, because the thing that governs a nation is the spirituality of it. A king, a king is nothing more. The idea of a king is a spiritual, religious concept. King keeps that spirit going. You know?
Yeah.
You got that?
Yeah, Hebrews 7 and 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Concerning nothing of priesthood, because the priesthood established with his son, his brother Aaron. All right, keep going.
It says, verse 15, and it is yet far more evident that after the similitude of Melchizedek, there arises another priest.
There we go. The order of Melchizedek, which allows all the men of the nation of Israel to be priests. See, Yahushua being that perfect sacrifice, opened it up for all of us. Any more to that on Exodus?
It is.
Yeah.
It says, a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
Okay, so that goes hand in hand with, matter of fact, go back to 1 Peter, bro.
Okay.
1 Peter 2, because we're a holy nation, a chosen royal people, and the men, starting with the men, were given the purpose above all men on the planet Earth to be priests. All right? You got that, bro?
Yep. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation,
Yep.
a royal priesthood,
A royal priesthood going hand in hand with Exodus 19 in the law. Go ahead.
and holy nation,
Mhm.
a peculiar people,
A peculiar people, a special people. Go ahead, a treasure.
that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous
Called
light.
You. Called you out of darkness. Not all the other nations.
Right.
All right, now you can go to your other precept. Go to Revelation 5.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. And they sung a new song saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to
because
open.
the new song was given to the priests, which is the 144,000, 12,000 out of each of the tribes. That's that new song of the order of Melchizedek. Keep going.
Yep. And to open the seals thereof,
Mhm.
for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation,
Mhm.
and has made us unto our power
Us,
kings and priests,
kings and priests,
and we shall reign on the earth.
and reign on the earth. That was the purpose. That is the purpose of Israelite men.
That's right.
All right, like we were going into. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to see the bishop's video, but he was going into our purpose is not to be bill payers, man. Jake make their whole. See, this world has bamboozled you into thinking that you were born into this world to just simply pay taxes
Build
and,
credit.
and build credit and possibly buy a nice car and go on 1 or 2 vacations here and there, and
Right.
you know, die of old age and
Yeah,
pass down recipes from generation to generation.
Right, and that's it.
And that's it.
A few pictures.
A few pictures, you know. You believe that that's your purpose. Or you hear Jake and they believe that their whole purpose on the earth is to be a singer. Well, in some cases you are given talents.
Right, talent.
Don't get me wrong. Even with us, we're multi-talented people. We're a peculiar people. We're not stale like these other nations. These other nations have to think to walk. You know? That's not us. We were blessed above all, man. Matter of fact, where we at?
I had
You bring that up. Yeah. Was there any more to that? That was it on that, right?
That was
I
the
want
main
to go
point.
back to Isaiah 45 too. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 14, verse 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer.
King Salem.
It was going into the
Oh,
battles
Slack.
of Yeah. I could just skip to verse 18.
You
It says, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God.
Mhm.
Verse 19.
The priests of the Most High. Ooh. See, Aaron and the Levitical priests that came after that order were our priests. Melchizedek was the priest of the Lord, which is Yahushua. All right. Are we not made in the image of Yahushua?
Right.
And that shows you Yahushua's priesthood is superior to the priesthood of Aaron, because his priesthood predated the Levitical priesthood.
That's right. Right.
And Abraham bear witness to this in this very verse. Verse 19, it said, and he blessed him and said, Blessed be Abraham of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High God, which hath delivered thine enemies into thine hand, into thy hand, and he gave him tithes of all.
There we go. That was the original plan. It's like we said, going back to the purpose. Now go back to Isaiah 45. Again, the purpose of the men of the nation of Israel were to be kings and priests. All right, matter of fact, when you get that in Jeremiah 31, dealing with the new covenant.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 45, verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
That named us. He put his name on us. Again, he had a specific purpose for us. All of this is of the purpose of the Lord, even us forward. All right? We fell as a nation so the Lord can set us up because it's all prophetic. All right? But nevertheless, he put his name on us. What are we? We're Israelites. Sons of the power. Princes of the power. All right? Keep going, bro.
Verse 5. I am Yahweh, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me.
Yeah, so this is the Lord establishing that he is with us. All right, you can drop that. Get that in Jeremiah 31 and 31.
Jeremiah 31 and 31.
Because this is going into the kingdom of heaven. Because we're going to be a what? As it said in Revelation 5, a kingdom of kings and priests. You got these Israelites out here talking about we're in the new covenant. If we were in the new covenant, we wouldn't have to teach any Israelite man that he's an Israelite. We wouldn't have to teach you about you an Israelite, that you, the law, the prophecies, who you are, we wouldn't have to teach you anything. That's how you know we're not in it. You got that, bro?
God, it says Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Yep, a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. All right, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom coming together. Go ahead.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand.
Yeah, because what? The old covenant, as the brother just said, was led under the Levitical precept. You know, if something went wrong, if you sinned or you had to go to the temple, you had to bring forth your sacrifice to a priest, a Levitical priest. They had to go through with everything that they did. That was of the old. All right. But like we said, we're entering into a new place where your purpose is not just simply to grow your own enterprise as a man.
Yeah.
When we go to the kingdom of heaven, every last one of us, not just the Levitical priests, we all of us, the men of Asher,
Right.
the men of Gad, the men of Naphtali, all of these men are going to be priests.
Yep.
All right, keep going, bro.
It says, and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break. Also, I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord.
After those days, we're in those days. We're in the last days of those days. Go ahead.
It says, after those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts.
Yeah, see, these laws aren't written in our inward parts. You got Israelites. Hey, you got Israelites that know they're Israelites and don't even know there's 613 laws.
Oh, yeah. Right. And not trying to follow it, majority of them.
Yeah,
Right.
Quam Yasha'ala you, and don't know the laws. Now we understand, again, establishing, we understand the law, we're under grace. The law is not going to save you on this side.
Right.
But it's your culture.
Right. Yeah. That's why I say rehearse the righteous acts.
There we go.
That's part of the fear.
Because part of the kingdom of heaven is us being lodged in it, and the rehearsal is like I had made that statement in camp before. You rehearse before you actually do, before lights, camera, and action takes place.
Yeah.
You go through your daily ritual, so to speak, to make sure that you fluid. So when everything is said and done, that's when it shows that you've been rehearsing.
Yeah.
So the Lord actually looks at the things that we do on this side as indicators, spiritual indicators. We don't know how the Most High judging us in the heavens, man. We don't know how to, you know. But of course, when like Scripture says, when he come down, shall he find some doing what? The work, following the law to the best of your ability, showing your faith through your works.
That's right.
You know, those are that's the resume that the Lord, you know, profiles us with, man. So that's what's written in the Scriptures, the fruits of the Spirit, which is really the essence or the works of Yahweh Shem Yahushua taking effect, like you were saying. But you got it.
Because that's we're when we leave here, that's all these precepts that we're bringing out is establishing what we're doing now is what we're going to be doing later, just on a better turned up version.
Yeah.
Even the men that don't make it on this side, you're still going to come back and, as we're saying, be a priest. So again, that's why we're rehearsing the act, because what else are we supposed to do? What is our purpose?
Yeah.
What is our purpose? Not to be basketball players and you know, and the best cooks and the best singers and the best dancers, and you know, that's all good and dandy. The scriptures say that what? We are the salt of the earth. Right. But the Lord didn't create us to, I'm gonna create a nation of just basketball players. Yeah, and this nation shall be the best singers and rappers and comedians of all.
Right.
That's not what makes us better than the other nations. All right? Our people think that because they could dominate these other nations from that regard.
And they carnal.
Because they're carnal. But what makes us better than the other nations is the Lord gave us the priestly duties of the earth.
Deuteronomy 4:6. I'll get that.
Get that, please. Baba Kashara. Keep going with that in Jeremiah.
Okay. Verse.
Matter of fact, if you already there, just go ahead and read it. Deuteronomy.
Yeah, I got it.
If you already got it.
This is Deuteronomy 4. I'll start verse 5. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes, my judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so, and the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
That's right. Matter of fact, go to 6 and 4. I think I like 6 and 4 too.
Oh, that's the Shema?
No, never mind. That's what that was. It was 4 and 6. 4 and 6.
Is that
Yeah, 6 and 4 is Shema.
It is a Shema. Salaki. Read that again, because that's what it is. Our sight of wisdom in the set forth in front of the other nations is the wisdom, is the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah,
that's what make us wise.
And when we would be so connected to Yahweh at that time, of course, and through Yahweh Shai in the New Testament, we seen how miracles would take place, man. We seen how you would have what people know today as divine interventions.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a small divine intervention, like you just fell from the, you know, like a car came and somebody hit you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the actual angels came down, man. It's times when the Lord turned up the sun for what, 48 hours. You know, imagine that you going through a Gulf, you know, the Gulf of Suez or the Gulf of Aqaba, you know, people know as the Red Sea, and the heavens separate to give you a parting, you know, from your enemies, man. You getting thrown in furnaces so goddamn hot that the men that threw you in them got cooked, you know, and you surviving, chilling,
praising the Lord in the midst,
praising Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
No smell,
no
sear on your clothes,
no sear on the came out more spicier than you was before you fell in that thing, man. So that's when the scriptures speak about, you know, the nation shall look and be like, damn, the Lord's with them, because those nations knew back then, man, like, yeah, the Most High, the divine creator, he's with those people, man. You know, that's why when Rahab in the book of Joshua, she told the stories. She knew what the record said, and you know, then of course she didn't go by the Bible per se, but word of mouth, what the nations was hearing about the miraculous works of how the Most High delivered them through that.
And that's about 40 years later. See, 40 years later, still talking about that. All right, what are we talking about? What are we in right now? 2020? 2020s? 40 years takes us back to the 80s.
Right.
Imagine something so grand in the 80s. That's why when you do recaps in the years, they be like major events in the 80s.
Right.
That's something that was so major on the earth that it rang out to everybody. Not because, again, we are attractive men or, you know, this, that, and the third. No, it's the wisdom of the Lord that the Lord blessed us to be priests. All right? Was there any more to that?
Yeah. We shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding. What is wisdom? Wisdom is of the Bible.
Yep.
Starting with the law, statutes, and commandments, the prophecies, everything that ties into here of the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is wisdom.
And if I may say, and you keep attacking that point on being priests, priesthood is extremely important. Now even these devils know that because they really have priesthoods within their assemblies, man.
That's right.
They don't call themselves the Levitical priests or necessarily priests per se, but they'll have individuals on the left-hand side. Their whole thing is to do ritualistics, man, just to keep that power going.
Yeah.
Whether it's sex magic, whether it's sacrifices, you know, animal sacrifices, whether it's sacrificing one of their own, just to keep that power, that left-hand side power close. And they see those things work, man. So they understand that at the end of the day, when you tap it into a particular power, it has to come with levels of sacrifice. It has to come with certain things of atonements, you know, ritualistics, some things that you have to dedicate yourself and have individuals that's dedicated, like the priests, they were dedicated daily unto the administration of the people.
Yeah, in Council of 13 when he saw.
So how far has these devils got understanding these things on the left-hand side? How much more on the right-hand side, man? That's the only way to fight fires with, you know, spiritual fire. You know, you fight the wicked with the righteousness, you know, but you can't play in the same arena as him. You have to play where the Lord actually put our power in, which is on the right-hand side.
Ephesians 6 and 12.
Yeah,
so it's like you said, it's a spiritual battle on both ends, and you have the higher ups amongst Esau that are more connected on the left hand side, they're more connected with the demons, you know, and then on the right hand side, we're more connected with the Heavenly Father and the Son, man.
Well, I mean, look at Esau's system. He has 3 city-states.
Yeah.
You know, he has the financial aspect, and he has the military aspect, and he has the religious aspect. And if you want to be technical, you really want to be technical, the religious aspect of Esau's kingdom came before the other parts.
Yeah, it did.
The Vatican was established way before DC was established. The Vatican was set up way before London and the financial district and the central banks was all established.
Call them priests.
That's why we said again, spirituality, a king only keeps going the spirituality that is set up through the spirit of that people. That's why the priests come first. See, even with us, we're learning how to be priests before we're kings. The Lord didn't raise us up to be kings first. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to, you know, eat with this fork and that fork, and I'm gonna teach you how to, you know, spread your seed. Well, no, the Lord said, I need you to dedicate yourself to this.
Ministry, yeah.
Because the greatest men in the Bible were kings and priests and prophets. Or not priests, but really a prophet is a priest. Okay, so King David, King Solomon, they prophesied. And they were kings. All right? You had some. I know I want to get back into this Jeremiah. Was there any more to that? Was there any more?
Just a little bit more.
Read that and we're going to go ahead. Yours, we'll work our way around.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who have the Most High so nigh unto them?
Ooh, and that's why the elite, like the deacon went in further a second ago in, that's why the elites are afraid of us. They're not afraid of us because of how much money we have or how big we are, or how strong we are. They're afraid of the spirit that we're pushing.
Exactly.
This is what they're afraid of because, as the scriptures say, what wise people is this?
Right.
They don't give a damn about. LeBron James does not scare the elite, man.
Right.
All right. Jay-Z does not scare the elite.
That's why she told him to shut up and dribble.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Shut up and dribble,
Yeah,
nigga.
she wasn't even a lesser luminary. She was just
Just a Karen.
What makes them so fearful is because they know that our power is true. They know that these prophecies are real, and everything the apostles been saying for the past 30, 40 years has been coming to pass.
Right before their eyes.
Right before
their systems of internet and TVs and media. Okay? Keep going with that. Let's finish that one up.
Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who have the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statues and judgments.
What nation is
See?
so great that has statues and judgments? These other nations don't have statues and judgments. Show me that. What law governs the Africans? Nah, we follow this. We do that. We do this. Amongst them Hamites, their religion is Islam. The Quran is written mainly in two languages, English and French, because most of them Africans speak French.
Yeah.
They ain't worried of. They don't got no. There's no common law that governs them. Same thing with the people of Japheth, the Hamitic people of Shem too. The only Shemitic people that was given a covenant was the Hebrew Israelites. Right? Keep going with that. Up the shop.
Yeah. So righteous as all this law which I set before you this day. That's what
That was it.
Yeah.
Bring yours out, bro.
Right. Just land backing off your point concerning the purpose and Israel having no skill, talents, but what is it compared to the knowledge of the scriptures? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Oh, and the proof of that is if you look at how American law is set up, let's use that for example. They always got a repeal law, so is that the correct term? Or ratify?
Yeah.
Revise, because their laws are jacked up to begin with, man. That's why they always have to put, extra legs on the actual laws that they actually create.
Yeah.
They got to modify laws because these laws are artificial and they're not compatible with the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah.
Judges watching judges.
Yeah, judges. Now they got to come out with this statute. Now they got to come out with that. That's wickedness in itself.
Go to,
that's why the scriptures speak
3.
about how Esau, he slacks concerning giving proper judgments out, man.
Wrong judgment proceeded.
Wrong judgment proceeded.
That's you, Esau. Wrong judgment proceeded.
Because if they were to keep the law, statutes, and commandments as well put as is documented, the Lord put out, it wouldn't be no homosexuals, it wouldn't be no lesbians, it wouldn't be no transgenders,
No violence.
it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be all this poison in the air. It wouldn't, because this law's written on how you take care of the land, man.
Yeah, the food would be better.
The food quality would be top notch. And see, the elites, if it was governed by righteous men, say if it was the 144,000, tomorrow got all the bank. We know it's trash, but I'm just using this. But you get all the bankers' reserves, the gold, the riches, and the power of the universe. The world would change overnight, man. I'm talking about the 144,000 in the right mentality, in the right spirit, judging the world in righteousness. The world would change overnight.
It would be like when Simba took over Pride Rock from Scar, man. It would the circle. It would be instant.
Yeah.
Everything turned back green.
Right.
It'd be instant.
Well, look at what happened during COVID. Right around quarantine. And that was this devil did that intentionally.
Oh, you know what? You know what a fixed climate control? I shouldn't even say this, man. I shouldn't even say this, man. You know what a fixed climate control? Killing homos.
Yeah.
I know you probably how's that? Because when you look at Genghis Khan.
Oh yeah.
Genghis Khan laid down so many people on the earth, the temperature of the earth changed. The temperature of the very earth changed. That's how many people they say he was killing, man. So imagine if just that law alone, thou shalt not lay with a man as thou lay with woman.
Yeah.
Right? How many millions, if not shit, man. I'm gonna say it like I could be over exaggerating, but you know what? How the Lord do with the numbers, man, a lot, man. Just round up, man. It's probably 1 billion homos on the earth.
Probably.
At least. If there's 6 to 7 billion, I'm sorry. If there's at least 6 to 7 billion people on the planet Earth, man, I'm gonna put my money on about 1 billion of them are moles, man. You got to think about the jail system.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You got to.
And men are. What they say? Men number women was it like 7? So if it's 7 billion, say if there's a good 5 of them are men, or 4.5 is men, and the other 3.
Well, women outnumber us.
Women outnumber us. Excuse me. So, so if it's 3.5 out of those 3.5 billion, I can give it that.
You see what I'm saying? Then you think about people that nah, man, like their definition of homosexuality is twisted.
Right.
Like,
Free spirited.
Oh yeah.
You What do you mean? Nah, man, he did me. I did him. I'm not gay.
Yeah. Well,
What are you talking
adultery,
about?
adultery kind of,
Shit.
somewhat. Them guys be kind of slick down low themselves, man. You know.
Them two laws right there, adultery
Oh, what?
and homosexuality. If you just slayed all those people, that would the earth will go green. That's reducing
That's the renewed.
that's reducing carbon. Am I right? Carbon emissions. That's reducing a lot of stuff. Sicknesses,
Oh, yes.
quality of living. It would change the world.
It would change the economy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got a lot of useless souls that's just still striving.
Yeah. Strive.
You got a bunch of
Right.
weirdos on the planet Earth because why? The laws of the Bible. See, you got a lot of MFers on the planet Earth that should have been stoned before they hit 12, man. A lot of these niggas should have never hit grown age. All right, you got that in James.
Yep.
What is James 3?
Nah, you're right, though.
Oh, like
Zaza.
And Dwayne Wade himself.
Hey, Dwayne Wade need to be with him and his son need to get out of here. That whole family need to go, man. The whole Wade family just needs to be wiped off the earth, man. Period. All right, don't be surprised, man. The Lord gonna start doing stuff like that.
Right.
Just start touching whole families, man.
Mm.
Them, the Smith family.
Oh yeah.
They gotta go, man.
Like the Addams family. Man.
They're a bunch of freakazoids, man. You got that in James, brother?
Yep. James chapter 3, verse 17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure.
Go up a verse.
Verse.
Up a verse.
Okay, come on. This is James chapter 3. I go to 15.
Yeah, that's it.
Verse 15. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly.
Yeah, Esau's wisdom is earthly, man. It's devilish, as the scriptures say.
Oh, he's about to say it.
Yeah, keep going. I'm jumping
But
in
it's earthly,
sensual.
sensual.
Yeah, sensual. You get seduced by these laws. You get seduced by these systems. People get seduced by, oh yeah, look at this red and blue. I'm liking it how it's looking in Florida, or I'm liking how it's looking in Georgia,
Right.
or I'm liking how it looks, because the laws and everything, it all varies. What's cool and acceptable in Georgia here may not be cool and acceptable in Kansas or Washington State or Southern California or Northern California for that matter. That's how effed up this system is with its laws, man.
Mm-hmm.
See, Esau probably has, man, that's a heavy Google search if you really thought of how many laws are on the books, period.
Yeah,
His laws, sub-laws.
that's how you know Esau's system is jacked up. Israel, you could say we're consisted of 12 provinces on that side, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so America is consisted of 50 provinces, but each province it's like its own country.
It is, yeah.
So it's
United
not
States.
like in a sense, I'm a Judite and I go into the land of Benjamin. It's the same fucking law.
Right. Yeah.
So in America, it's you're a Georgian.
Yeah.
And you go to Kansas. It's a new country.
It
Right.
literally
You
is.
cross the line, you could be a mile. You can be a mile from the state line, and
It's a whole new world.
Well, they have it in one state. You get locked up for
Oh
marijuana.
yeah. Through.
And then you got in Jersey with cops smoking weed.
Right.
Or even the traffic laws or like the licensing laws. Like you get a car in Texas. Really, Texas, you ain't got to pay those taxes.
Yeah.
But you have to have a plate in the front and in the back, and then you have to have a little sticker that you renew like every 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
on your windshield. Here, you only got a plate in the back, and you got to renew your shit every year.
It's confusion.
City of confusion.
City of confusion is broken down, as the scriptures say. Like I bet it's hundreds of thousands of laws, man. You know, in the world, the 3 major studies, right? There's 3 major studies of the earth, right? Economics is number 1. Economics is the number 1 studied thing. Most books on it, most studied, most everything. Behind economics is gonna be law and medicine. This devil got laws on laws on laws on laws because it don't make no sense. Keep on with that, man. Yep. That's why the Lord got to set up the right priests of the earth to govern the people, man. 613 laws gonna govern the universe. Think about it. Go ahead, bro.
Basically being
But James chapter 3 verse 15. This wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish.
These laws all about what? The priests of Esau are all about tripping you up, getting you jammed up in situations, right?
Right.
Oh, you know, well, if you were doing this and doing that, now I got to give you a ticket for this and a ticket for that, and I'm gonna have to, you know, I read you this, and now you got to go to jail, and now you're on probation, and now your license is suspended. That's devilish.
Right.
One little citation turned into you being jammed up in the system for the next 6 to 12 months.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 16, for where envying and strife is, there's confusion.
And that's all this system is based on, is envying and strife. That's why we're going back into now, what do you see all around the city? Hey, vote for this person. Vote for that person. 2022.
Smear campaign.
Your judge. You know, vote for your judge. Vote for this person. That's all sensual. It's all devilish. It's envy and strife. You got something going? Bring it up.
I just got a definition for state. This brother brought out the 50 states.
Yeah.
Definition for state is a condition or mode of being, as with regard to circumstances. The office was in a state of confusion. That's an example. The office was.
Yeah, see,
in a
we
state
didn't,
of
like you said, we had problems. Even Esau putting that word, the 50 states, because each state is a different state of condition.
Right.
It is, yeah.
Bro, I just came back from Florida. I know you being on the road.
Yeah.
I was in Florida, right, driving, and I was like, yo, this. I know it sounds simple, but sometimes you just have major revelations in a simple form, right? I was like, yo, when you drive through these different states, you can't drive in Florida like you a Georgia nigga.
Okay. Nah, hell
I know that
bro.
sounds crazy.
Nah, it's different. Nah.
It's different. Like I was down and I was like, yo, these niggas drive different here.
It's a different mode. You start to see how the flow of, like, Florida slower. Like in Atlanta, you could be a big nigga on the road, man.
I was saying the same
long.
thing, bro. That's the spirit. I said the same thing. I said, yo, I'm like, what is this? I said, here, these niggas race.
Oh yeah.
Everybody on the road is a racer. Everybody got race demons.
Everybody got Talladega.
Everybody's aggressive and they got, bro, all of these,
Nissan,
all of these cars are high
going.
500 horses. When you get on these highways, bro, when you get on 75, 85, that shit is like a movie. That shit is like Gran Turismo.
The Autobahn.
You gotta sit that's fast enough.
That shit is the Autobahn. 20 is the Autobahn.
Yeah.
But then you go to Florida, I was like, nah, these niggas don't have the same spirit. Everybody just speeding. Niggas ain't speed here. They speed in other places. We don't speed here. So that's just like you said, it's a state. The state of your condition may be very, that's why everybody's moving around. Niggas is getting out of California. They want to come to Texas.
Yeah, they do.
Niggas is getting out of New York. They want to go to Florida. They want to go to Georgia. Because the conditions of these different states, they're showing themselves to be devilish.
But they say Florida is the most expensive place to live now. Miami is average rent is $2,900.
You got to be a drug lord to live down there.
Trying to take.
God damn.
But
But that's devilish.
And like you said, a lot of times what happens is they'll set up these different markets like a artificial utopia that everybody ought to go to. And most people that be in these areas concentrating making this money, they really be, I wouldn't necessarily say extortion, but they find ways to utilize their platform to just suck the life out of other people any damn way, man. You know, whether there's women in their OnlyFans, which even stuff like that in itself, like we said, according to the law, statutes, and commandments, and in the kingdom, you ain't gonna have fucking women on OnlyFans.
What's the law say? Thou shalt not make the daughters of thy people whoredom. To take whoredom, man.
Right.
Yep. And uncovering nakedness.
You get what I'm saying? Like in our own law, it's against the women of our nation being whores. That's a sin. That's how real it is. And that's how real our laws are. Our laws are about extending your life, man. See, if it wasn't, there would be no Kevin Samuels and a Manosphere and Red Pill and Red Pill, all of that. It wouldn't be none of that.
Yeah.
If that law,
male hypergamy,
male hypergamy and woman leaving you because she want a nigga with more money, that wouldn't happen. Because now you entering into the transgression of whoredom, right? You now enter into the transgression of adultery. So how about this? We're gonna go ahead and stone your ass to death.
make you a public.
We're gonna make you a public example. Your spirit is gonna be washed in the regeneration. And let's try this over again. See you in a few generations.
Make an example out of you.
Damn.
Simple, but this devil, if we don't bring that precept, but this devil want to do what? Build prisons around this place. Fill it up with niggas. It's niggas in prison right now that got convicted of a crime in 58. He just alive. It don't even matter little or big. It's niggas in prison right now.
Just rotting away.
Just rotting away. They got arrested in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and 80s.
Hey, because you mentioned economics was one of the most studied.
Yeah.
It's fucking money in prison.
Oh, what? That's crazy.
And, that's why Esau does it. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that he wants to. Of course, he
don't give a damn.
He don't give a damn. But he's like, yeah, I'm gonna lock him up because I'm gonna make money off of him regardless.
Now you a debt. You were a debt servant.
Chain gang.
Chain gang, man. Finish.
That's $1 trillion industry.
Yeah. Man, quadrillion. You can't even probably put a number on it, man.
Even had Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, the dude that was Bob Barker on the Price is Right. Them niggas was investing in the shoes and everything that goes into a prison, man.
Well,
Oodles and noodles.
Prison is the epitome of harvesting the souls of men.
Yeah.
You know?
Get that in Revelation.
Because what? When you locked up, if you a servant or a ditcher servant, whatever type of service that you indebted to, eventually you're able to work that debt off. Even Roman gladiators, you know, a lot of stuff, they get free after a certain amount of wins or a certain amount of time. Some of them have a sentence, you know. In prison, they'll give you 150 years and let you just rot your life away in that prison instead of just putting you to death, right? Letting you go to the spirit world because clearly you ain't there's no rehabilitating the man.
Yeah.
But they want to put you in an area to express massive penitence. That's all the penitentiary is, penitence. But this guy doesn't have any remorse. It shows that his brain isn't really adding up, but you want him to have remorse, so you're gonna keep him in a cell locked away.
That's wicked as fuck.
Don't make no
Like,
sense.
what the hell is death row? If he's proven that he probably killed this, no, not probably. If he's proven that he did kill this person, the fuck you got him on death row for? To serve, probably in jail for 30 years. Oh, now it's time to serve the death penalty. That could have been done.
Should have did that from the beginning.
Should have been did it. Bring that out of Revelation.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18. I'll start at 10 and skip down to 13. It says, standing afar off for the fear for torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Going down to verse 13. And cinnamon and odors.
These are all the things that this place had to import. It's known for.
And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of man.
Read that again, that last part, Slack.
This book of Revelation chapter 18, verse 13. And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of man.
And slaves. You know what? That made me think of these niggas that you don't see no more. Talking about the Babylon the Great is the Vatican. Show me all the goddamn prison systems in the Vatican.
Oh, yeah.
In Vatican Rome.
Yeah.
It's just prisons on prisons.
Right.
Or the importing of all these goods and commodities.
Oh yeah, the import.
That was again, we've broken all that down.
We
literally just dealing with that fact of the prison system. That is an American. 25% of the world population is in prison in America. You think about that? I did a lesson on this and I spoke on it. It's so jammed up. See, when you come into this truth, your mind should change on everything. Because see, when you're in the world, you're like, well, you know, nigger made a crime, he deserves to go to prison. So you just be in that Edomite thought process. But when you learn and you understand, like, damn, there's not a person, any of y'all don't know nobody that's ever going to prison? Anybody out here that don't know, nobody in your family's ever going to, there's not at least one person in your family that's that in and out of prisoner. Everybody got an uncle or a crazy cousin or a female cousin that always doing scams or something that's always in and out of prison. We all got family members. It's either you've been in prison, or you know somebody that has been in prison. Close. I'm not talking about that you watch your TV and Treyway, they in prison. No, I'm talking about your own family members, kin, friends, neighbors, close to home, man. So this is talking about the souls of men, slaves, man. This is a slave camp.
Yeah.
We're prisoners.
Great prison camp.
We're prisoners.
We're prisoners.
All right? Understand that. I know the spirit is, I'm going to get like one more scripture. Matter of fact, go to Isaiah, was that Isaiah 42?
Oh, yeah.
I got some.
The captive set loose.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings,
Oh, that's it.
injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Riches got by deceit, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, we could go, if the spirit allowed it, we could come to camp every week, once a week, and bring out specific points to how this man has gotten. What did it say about the riches?
It said,
Oh,
riches got by deceit.
Riches got by deceit. You know how rich this man has gotten? He's gotten super rich out of just straight, raw, uncut deceit, man.
Yep.
Like we say, that prison system.
The biggest riches you can have is like with this red souls of men. That's the biggest riches you can have because hey, you have manual human labor. You can't beat that.
Free slave labor. And see how they promised every Jake, you know, which is, you know, of course, didn't add up from the beginning, but giving every Jake 40 acres up and a mule because they understood how big of a restitution they would need in order to bring back a people after hundreds of years of slavery, man. You can't enslave a people for hundreds of years, free slave labor, free aggressive slave labor. It ain't like they just, you know, you just working at 8 or 9 to 5 and you get off and you get fed properly. Nah, they were being malnourished. They made sure they was getting their food mixed with damn near byproducts.
Right.
They was damn near dying from malnourishment. Like we were talking about earlier this week. The natives, these tribes, not just a black, it wasn't just a black, they ran through the nation, man.
Yeah, man.
These are hundreds of millions of people, and they started these billion-dollar enterprises that you see today. They just reformatted. Esau knows how to. He has the ability to just crush his own company and start it afresh, man.
Yeah.
And you don't know who the hell. You don't know how to trace back.
We still call him the Illuminati. He's probably not even called it.
They probably didn't call that Illuminati.
Like, niggas be like, the Illuminati don't exist no more. Yeah, it probably don't. They done changed the name and rebranded.
Knowing how these devils operate. Yeah, so this, like you just said, that riches got by the sea. And I seen this one video, and they was talking about the Roman Catholic, the corruption there.
Oh, man.
But in the video, they was talking about how the elites, they got to a certain point where they started, what really kind of crushed the Roman Catholic churches, they had to start getting money from them elites, man. And what the scripture says, that the borrower is subject to the lender.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about no $50, $60. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars they needed to keep their, because you know, Italy is unstable at times too, man.
That's why there's a picture of I want to say Pope Francis kissing the ring of one of the Rothschilds. It's a picture where you see him. Everybody bowed to the Pope, so the Pope actually bowing to somebody else.
To the elites.
You know, to be the Pope, that means father.
Yeah.
So technically, like the way that position is, he's the father. He's literally our spiritual father of everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Any more to that?
Yeah, I'll just read it again. Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Yeah, from one people to another. Because you are ruling the earth wrong. All right? When Yahushua coming back, Yahushua is that ultimate district manager. You know, the district manager comes to a job, and they got that checklist. That's what Yahushua is doing with the angels. That's why we gotta go get it for time. We gotta step down. But Revelation, the 18th chapter says what? That the sins of this place have mounted up into the heavens. So literally, the Lord's already checked you out and see. Oh, let's look at the ocean. How's the ocean doing? Let's give them an F. How's the air? We'll give them an F.
Right.
How's the land? We'll give them an F.
Right.
How's the people? We'll give them an F. How's the food? F. How are people interacting with each other? Terrible. F. Esau, you got all F's on how you're ruling.
Right.
Quality of life. The quality of life is
It's shut down, man.
Yeah, it's done, man. And then as a matter of fact, y'all remember years back there was they actually graded the infrastructure.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know, like if you were to grade the condition of this earth, there was a video online, and it was like an alien that came and visited Earth, and he was basically like interviewing a person, basically like, well, how's the government, how's this, how's that, like you said, and it's just like bad reports everywhere. So he's like, well, why don't y'all basically he's like, well, why don't y'all just get rid of the leader?
See?
You know what I'm saying?
It's because that's what it is, man. Any more to that?
That was it.
Yeah, I get that in Isaiah. If you want to step in.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteth that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail.
Read that again.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteth.
Yeah, we're the captives. Like I said, prison ain't nothing but another level of prison within the prison. This is prison. We're prisoners. We're like minimum security level prisoners, man. You know, we got more rights than niggas behind the wall. Because when a nigga go behind that wall, wherever he's at, you got niggas that are in another prison within a prison in prison. Yeah. You got what they call it, the hole?
Yeah.
Right.
Solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement. You just a dirt animal nigga to the point where it's just like, God damn, we gotta put you in a kennel.
Yeah. With a muzzle.
With a muzzle. Keep you away from everybody.
Slide the door to give you food.
Slop. All right, read that again.
It reads, Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteth that he may be loose.
And how are we captive? How do we know that even us walking around buying cars, owning cars, clothes, shoes, children, how do we know we're captive? Because we pay tribute. We gotta pay tributes on everything. So if you a person, if I give you $100 and that $100 before you can even spend it on you, you've already gave $99 to fees and everything. You want to get the hell out of there. That's why everybody's moving around like, no, it's fees here. The Chicago, every time I talk to people, it's tolls. You talk to people from Chicago, they want to get out of Illinois for corruption and fees and stuff like that. The same thing they doing here.
But the funny thing is, there's nowhere to go. That's the case.
There we go.
There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Because they want to run here. A lot of people want to run to Atlanta and Florida, but when you run to these certain areas, you start to figure out, oh shit, this the same dynamic is everywhere.
Yeah, you ain't got no foot and you don't know nobody. Your back is against the wall even more. Yeah. You a nigga, here it is, you a nigga with a different dialect and a tone of voice moving to a whole nother area. Now you just fool. That's like, bro, that's like you saying you a New Yorker and you like, yeah, I'm just gonna go to New Orleans because I just want to go. It's good. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, you take your ass down there, you gonna be you gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, and ain't no nigga moving to no Wyoming. No,
right.
Right. Ain't going.
You got it, bro. You got it.
Yep. So read that over. I want to go.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth, that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail.
Yeah, it says that he shall not die in the pit. And that's our whole goal, is not to die in this concentrated system, man. Because like the brother was expounding on, Esau has created this system to deliberately keep us in here, man. Keep us trapped, constantly behind the 8 ball, you know, chasing after bills. Chasing after bills, you know, constantly trying to do what it takes in order to, you know, get up in the system. And then what? This devil is creating a system where you don't even have proper placement, man. It's like an incline. With Esau, he on the top spraying water down on the damn dirt. You know, you on an incline hill, it's dirty, it's rugged, and you got motherfuckers on top that's throwing big boy boulders on your head. How far up can you get? That's the reality of it. See, Jake doesn't understand the concept that the rulers, that's where you have the term government, the governors and the rulers of the society, their whole job is to keep you at a minimum, man. Make it where you don't come up. Working class. Make it where you have minimal opportunity. And to see, they'll put these things in your face, these different advertisements. You could be who you want to be. You know, all you gotta do is work hard and do this. I was just like you. They always put a Negro in your face or a black. I was just like you. I made $8.95 an hour. You know, and then eventually I got to start my own company. Now I'm making $125,000 a year. But yeah, how many people like you is really the chances and the odds in this system? You know, like you said before, this place is designed to really implode souls, man. Make it where you're constantly chasing after car insurance, housing, all right? And the housing market is going up for these shithole houses. Yeah. You know, your living conditions, and then they don't pay you accordingly. You know, your gas. But you think Jake still believes that some way, somehow, they're gonna get to a certain point where they can actually have their own, you know, basically Jerusalem in slavery. It don't work like that, man. This is a never-ending rest. Look at our forefathers and their forefathers. Our fathers, if they would have got paid the amount of money and did right, they're supposed to be millionaires, multi-millionaires in itself. We supposed to come from billion-dollar lines, even in American slavery, man. But look at us. Look at what we have to here. Bills, debt from our forefathers. I mean, from our fathers and things of that nature. Constantly have to really trying to create, like how Jake says, we trying to break generational curses that we under, man. So there is no betterment in this hellhole. The only way that we're gonna be able to actually receive better is to get salvation and deliverance out of here. That's it, man. You got it.
Yeah. Ezekiel 28:3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Yeah, it's talking about the so-called white man and his constituents. All right, it says that they're wiser than Daniel. When this so-called white man came to campaign all over the world with a sword and a doctrine, he came to put it down on the nations, man. You know, and suffocate them to the point of no rise. That's why when you look at the Native Americans, they don't have no power here, man. If you look at the Choctaw, and then see they'll be out west, and they might have a little nation. You know, let's give a nation, the Navajo. The Navajo people, they have their community and they have the residences where they do their powwows once a week, you know, and things of such. But that's not power, man. Jake doesn't understand the concept of power. Just because there's 5 or 10 people that can come together and have a powwow, you know, and eat Native American dishes and sing traditional songs, that's not gaining your power and being recognized by the federal government as your own nation. That's not power, man. Yeah. That's the equivalent of allowance. See, Esau gives you license, which is in the form of allowing you, man. Yeah. He allows you to assimilate. He allows you to do these different things. That's why even right now where we're at, our power is spiritual, man. You know? That's why we don't rely on, man, how can we, you know, get a 501c3 and get this thing organized so that we could be recognized and get empowerment in this. There is no power. Esau got all the power, man. Literally, he has 100% absolute power in this system. Yeah. And the only way to tap into any type of power is through this book. Yeah. That's it. You got it.
Verse 4, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
Yeah, see, one thing that Esau mastered understanding is spirituality. All right, he understood the concept of spirituality on the left-hand side to manipulate spirituality on the right-hand side. Right. That's why the first thing he wanted to attack was the most spiritual book on the planet Earth, the Bible. And he didn't attack it to the point where he modified the text. All he did was deceive you to believe only so many texts that can recognize and put him in the limelight, man, and put you downtrodden. Because when you watch these different slave movies, Esau's main thing was to do what? Indoctrinate you and make you be a good little slave under certain biblical notions such as Romans the 13th chapter, John 3:16, and various other scripts. And that's all he would leave you with. When you started to do deeper investigations and tap more into the source of the book, that's when you started becoming imminent threat in slavery, man. You see? So this devil is not stupid. This ain't no just shucking and jiving, you know, comedian, you know, like what's that devil that's with Kim Kardashian, the new one, Skeet. That ain't the devil that we fighting against, man. We talking about the elites, man. You know, just some Esau that we talking about ain't no regular Saturday Night Live comedian, man. Right.
Esau, he living and starving the devil.
Yeah, we talking about the devils that own trillions, you know, that own the money. You know, they have the ability to free you at the drop of a dime, and it ain't even taking nothing out their pocket. But they're not trying to, man. You got it.
It says, and has gotten gold and silver into thy treasure.
And has gotten gold and silver into thy treasure. Yeah, that's when Esau, predominantly when he was having these native tribes work, as well as the Hamites and the other nations work for Esau to generate all that revenue, man. Because not only does he control the financial greenbacks, he got raw assets in his favor too. Real estate. Look at you got certain markets, man. Jake don't even know how to even get into them. Yeah. There's certain markets that like, God damn, I didn't even know this really exists in the world. It's secret. It's damn near like secret society markets where they have literally Edomite gatekeepers, and they're gonna make it. Oh, a nigga ain't getting in here.
Right.
You know, you better take your opportunity elsewhere. But in this system, we got this lock, stock, and barrel. You know. See, that's where Esau's power comes from, because he feeds you only so much. He feeds you enough so that you believe you're full. You know, that artificial fulfillment. Yeah, it feel like we're doing good as a nation. We got Jay-Z. He was a billionaire. Rihanna touched the beat. Right. You know. Yeah. Kanye got $1 billion. Dr. Dre.
The number 444.
Yeah. Jake started looking into these different. Oh, Virgil. You know, but he died. But they start looking at the so-called gallery of rich so-called Negroes, and then they think that there's an opportunity of making it. Yeah. When Esau puts these people in your face and they put them in certain positions, it ain't nothing for the devil to give a nigga digital numbers anyways, so that you believe that you have a level of hope, when that's the farthest thing from the truth. This place is designed to slaughter you. You got it.
Yeah. This is, I got another one. Haggai 1:6. You have sown much and bring in little.
Yeah, Jake worked hard, man. Jake always on the clock, beating down the clock. You got Jake that got work demons on him. Jake, you got some Jakes that work so much, all they know how to talk about is work. When you talk about him, the painting, see, back then, that's when Henry used to work the job, and back then, like, God damn, bro. But the crazy thing is, he can't talk about nothing else, because he
has no other experience.
He has no other experiences but the work. And this be the same Jake that ain't got nothing to show for it, man. This is a hamster wheel society.
Yeah, it is.
This is literally like you watch these movies like Maze Runner or Hunger Games. Yeah. This is literally that. You know? And that's why you can't be too sucked up into this place and trying to figure out, like, maybe I could be different. Maybe it's different for me. Maybe I could be. You know, you had some Jake, I'm going to get that Lambo. It was the Jake that was I'm going to get that Ferrari in the camp. Y'all just watch. That nigga still working on that Ferrari to this day. I know. You got it. Let's some more on that.
It's a little bit more. It says, but ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Yeah, you're constantly trying to sustain yourself in an unsustainable society, man. You know?
Ye clothe you, but there is none warm.
You clothe you, and there is none warm. You know? You're putting everything, all your money, into trying to get to a certain level of comfort, but when you get there, you gotta run harder. You gotta go harder, because you know it's damn near. It take damn near majority of your life to even maintain that. More taxes. And you didn't think it was gonna be to that point when you got there, but with the inflation, you know, interest, all these things come into play. And like we said, Esau, it ain't nothing for devils just to change shit up and put it in the books. You know, and what you thought you had, you clearly don't have. There's so many Jakes that's getting defrauded, man. It don't make no goddamn sense, man.
Right.
You know, and we don't work in these departments. We're not judges. We're not individuals that's over. We're not lawyers. Yeah. All right. We don't go into all the books of Jakes that got fucked over by the government. We just speak generally speaking. Yeah. You know, but when you actually look at these different reports and these numbers, man, it's crazy how much Jake is getting effed over in the society, man.
Okay. I'll finish out. It says, and he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes.
Yeah, so what you're trying to put in your bank account, really that's not even ownership any damn way, because the banks is owned by the banksters, man.
Right.
And those banksters allocate this money, and they'll give you a certain amount or a certain percentage of what they think you ought to receive, man. You know? Yeah. Playing with your bank account. Yeah. You know? It's so much trickery, it's so much sorcery in this place. Yeah. You know?
Esau like to play on words.
Esau play on words. Yeah. And then they'll throw you in the hoods and the ghettos. They'll give you the most rundown places, you know? And then they'll put you in certain jobs. Like, see, this is how this devil do. He already set this system up around you, where he'll put rap and he'll put drugs and he'll set up a whole system of failure, and you're gonna naturally be a product of your environment. That's just what comes with the territory of anything. Yeah. You know, you learn from your mistakes somewhat later on, you know, if you're one of the so-called good apples of the bunch.
Yeah. After the damage is done.
But the damage is done, you know, and then you try to get a new job, or you try to come up, you know, in the system, but you didn't go to college. You didn't go through the so-called white man's criteria, so he doesn't recognize you. You're pretty much blacklisted.
Yeah.
So you got to work at McDonald's, Burger King, fast food chain, hustle, warehouses. So you got to be a minimalist. You got to live like a minimalist. And you got these different nations, these heathen nations. They ain't got to jump through the same hoops and hurdles and shit like that you got to jump through, man. Oh, they got inheritance rights, man. You know, they got opportunities because of the nation that they come from. That's why when you go into these different applications, they don't make you sign your nation because they want to see how many niggas on it. That ain't the only reason. You just want to see how many niggas on the job. They want to make sure that they have it where most of these different Jakes is in this area. Most of these Jakes, you know, Edomites is in this area. Yeah. They control everything, man. Yeah. You got it.
This Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 8. It says, "He that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance."
And if I may say that usury, that's a spirit of even went to that, because that's where Esau really get us too, is by getting taxes. Like you say, when you fall into that pit of poverty, because that's what it is. Poverty's a pit.
Oh hell
yeah. Right? When you in that pit and you trying to climb out of that pit, then Esau gonna hit you. Okay. Now you struggling to pay your bills. Yeah. So then let's just say you pay your cell phone bill 3 days late. Oh, he gonna spank you on the ass with your credit. He gonna hit you with your credit. So now you stuck in a hard rock, in a hard place, because you don't got no money. You can't get no credit.
Probably can't get another spot.
You can't. You're right. You're stuck. Because these so-called heathens, these heathens and these so-called white people, man, they be crumb bums, right? Yeah. They be 21, 23, 24 years old with $30,000 in credit. How you 23 years old, white girl, with $30,000 in credit card, a credit line? They give a nigga what? A nigga lucky to get a $500 credit card.
Right. Oh, but you know what? And you know what? If I can add to you, that's just like what you put in the group. That's the nature of the eagle.
That's the nature of the eagle. Why all people hate Esau, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and we vehemently pissed. That's why every week we're gonna play the same tune on you, devils, man. We're gonna speak about our grievances. We the type of Negroes that complain, man. You ain't gonna give us the just complain. You ain't gonna give us something, and that's gonna pacify us.
Right.
See, black women, you know, these and majority of these niggas, they easy to pacify, man. You throw a little pacifier in their mouth, they just suck until they go to sleep. You know, we ain't the type, man. Yeah. We won't. The scripture says, "Blessed is he that hunger and thirsted for righteousness sake," man. Yeah. We'll never be satisfied. We don't give a fuck what you give us. We still gonna complain and cuss you out on Saturdays.
Still in slavery, yeah.
We're still in slavery. You got something?
This is concerning the wicked. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Yeah.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Hey, look how many devils get acquitted for shooting down niggas, and it's shown that they're wrongfully like this chick was Amber Geiger. Yeah. She went in the Jake crib, blew his head off, whatnot, blew him away, put him to death, and she got 8 years or something, 10 years. Yeah. She probably gonna get off on good leave.
Right.
But how many devils really partook in that same ritual, man? They actually said on the West Coast, they got certain basically police gangs. And their whole thing is you can't get down with the squad unless you don't murk the nigga.
Well, you gotta think about before there was camera phones.
Before there was camera phones.
Yeah. And before they had before they even had the little police body cameras. Think about how many niggas got killed then.
Oh yeah, and the beautiful thing, like you said, they be in these lurking places. Look at how many Jakes. Because when they first started this prison thing, like what we were talking about before, their whole thing was how can we maximize keeping niggas in here? Prisons don't go empty. And they make sure of that.
Brother, if I may, these private prisons in certain areas, if they fall beneath a certain amount of prisoners, the state gets fined.
Yes.
There's a certain number. They got to keep them prisons at a certain percentage. And if niggas just say, hey, we're not going to commit crimes for 6 months, they gotta fill it up because them beds, them spaces, they need their money.
They got a quota.
And start sprinkling crack all over the goddamn place, man. You know,
stop and frisk.
Yeah. Making sure you got, and see, that's why this is a drug-induced society. You know, Esau plants these drugs in these little. There was even certain things documented. They plant guns in all these different cities, man. They said it was Chicago. It was alleged. I'll just use that because it was You know, I don't know how, I wasn't there, but they would say that they would drop crates of guns. You know, when the gang shit was kicking off heavy.
Where they get them guns from?
Yeah, where they get these guns from?
Military
grade guns, scope. Yes.
Where is niggas getting these switches from?
Yeah.
No, for real. Where is niggas getting, like, I'm not asking as a desire, but literally, where is a nigga that barely has $5 to his name,
Right, got to switch.
living on a dilapidated side of town, able to convert a regular handgun to a machine gun?
With a switch. The devil giving it to them. Cause see, they all about having you kicking things off so that they could, like you said, so that they pockets could blossom. That's why it tells you that they have more than hearts to wish. You got it.
So they had in Chicago that a couple of years back, they were saying them 18-wheelers full of Jordans and Nikes, you know, just leaving the latch open, so knowing that Jake was gonna run and get the shoes.
Oh, y'all remember back on shows where they would leave
Bait cars.
Bait cars?
That's all it is.
You going. Why are you baiting people in to steal vehicles any damn way?
Yeah.
And in impoverished areas where you know a nigga ain't got shit and he been robbed his whole life anyway.
Yeah.
That's why Jake be so vehement to steal from somebody, because really Jake do be fucked over a lot, man. And I'm not justifying stealing, but I'm just saying this devil, man, he robs Jake each and every day.
The revenge of the have-nots.
Yeah, the revenge of the have. And when you see every check that you get, it's not adding up, you know, the 50, 60 hours, you know. Oh, it tells you that even in Proverbs, some men that actually steal to actually satisfy their soul.
Yeah, not to war.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to abhor him, because really this devil is steal from you to the point where you just living on the cross, you know.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
And then that's why Jake is so violent, man. That's why Jake's psyche is just all thrown off. Yeah. You talk to these Jakes and they totally wigged out because of the experience. Yeah. This is a nightmare, man.
Hey, well, bro, that's why the women of our nation, there's no dealing with them, because our women are in a state of survival mode.
Oh yeah.
You can't properly love a woman that's always in survival mode. A woman's not supposed to be in a survival. These black women, these Latino women, these Native American
doing anything to come up,
they're
man.
all about trying to self-preservation.
Mm-hmm.
That's where hypergamy comes into play. So that's why our women are harlots in the cities, you know.
We got it.
Psalm chapter, that's the spirit you said, you mentioned to that point. This Psalm chapter 10, verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den.
Yeah.
He lieth in wait to catch the poor.
Yeah, so he knows how to bribe you into putting you where he needs you to be, to lock your ass up, man. Put the chains on you. Give you maximum sentence, give you a felony, give you probation, PO, you know. And that's why it tells you how these devils, even in what's that? They're swifter than the evening wolves. Can a brother get that? If you could look it up, how Esau swifter than eagle. Yeah, swifter than the evening wolves.
Oh, evening wolves.
You know, because if you look at wolves in their nature, they're extremely predatory, man. And see, these devils, they don't move in singularity. These devils run in packs. That's the thing with Jake. Jake always wants to play that lone wolf, you know, Jake being that lone wolf mentality. I'm going to do it, you know, I do it by my damn self. This isn't a one-man operation.
No co-defendants.
Yeah, nope. Oh, you got that with the evening wolves? Okay, perfect.
In Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 8, it says, their horses also are swifter than the leopards.
Oh, man, look how Esau pull up on your ass, man. And these are just regular squad cars. Esau got some shit out here that's just super powered just to get down on you, man. You know, it's a lot of stuff. Like I did a lesson earlier about his classified weapons. Esau got so much stuff classified that he don't want to release to the public, because you'll start to see, like, God,
this nigga want to kill me.
This nigga want to take me out, man. You know?
BHI.
That'd be the conclusion.
Project
That'd be the
Megiddo.
conclusion of the matter. Yeah. Esau got these different torture devices, like we just seen in China with those robot dogs. He probably got warehouses full of them shits, man.
Yeah, that's old, really.
That's old.
They got flying ones that are probably
Robotic dogs.
Robotic dogs,
Cheetahs.
you know.
That's what Transformers, one of the Transformers was all about.
Yeah.
Them creating their own artificial Transformers through their technology. You know they got all that shit.
They got all that. You got it.
It says, and are more fierce than the evening wolves.
And more fierce than the evening wolves. I seen a video where I was actually reading about wolves, and they had really sometimes when wolves hunt, they like to play with the prey.
Yeah.
You know, It's the way that they actually tear. It's a certain tendon in the back of the legs of certain, like where there's elk or certain things, and they make sure they tear that off. They hit it precisely, just like
equivalent to our Achilles.
yeah, kind of like your Achilles. So they want them to drag. Killer whales do the same thing too. Killer whales do the same thing because they get it's called blood. They get a bloodlust out of seeing you getting broken down little by little, and you basically clawing your way away. That's the prison system. Esau gets solved by that shit, seeing a nigga broken down. That's why buck breakers. Esau, I'm pretty sure you got rich devils that ride through the hood just to see how jacked up niggas is, and they get off by it.
And just like
dopamine just all over. Esau getting the high of a heroin addict, seeing a nigga traumatized on the west side, man.
Yeah, and we'll throw Eve in that too, because that Twitter post that brother shared.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Eve gets off on that too, seeing nigga, seeing a white massa.
Oh
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Basically, yeah, probably terrorists. But hey, you got a lot of women that get off on that. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Jake man, you know what I'm saying, get trodden down, man. Yeah. You know, but that's this system, man. This system really. The black man is at the very bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah,
so-called black man at the bottom. You know.
If I may, could you read that part about the evening wolf part?
Yep. It says Habakkuk 1:8. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolf.
Yeah, more fierce than the evening wolf, because see, organic, natural animal. There's instances. Let's just say. Scriptures say that the beast of the field shall be at league with you. So there's an instance where, like, let's just say we're walking in the woods and a wolf do come your way, or a bear do come your way. It's a possibility that bear might be friendly with you. Might give you a head nod. Might like you. But see, what Esau got got some shit, and he just gonna be behind a computer. Kill niggas.
Oh yeah.
Explanation. And that thing gonna have a scanner of you, and it's gonna be like, nigger.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be on your ass. It ain't no compromising with it. It ain't no, dominating it. You can't. You see a lion. You could dominate a lion and put it in subjection. These creatures and things that this devil gonna bring against us, there is no dominating it. You just gotta crush them.
It ain't no make yourself bigger than it.
I'm getting the fetal position.
Play possum. Play dead.
Yeah. So what you do is you poke it in the eyes. You poke that motherfucker in the eyes, it's gonna shoot out.
It's gonna shoot a missile at your ass. Cyrax missile at your ass.
Hell yeah.
Real shit.
So this devil not playing, man. That's why at the end of the day we have to stay in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. Because this devil, when he opens the vaults of hell, you know, you're gonna start to see what he was been working on in the background. These Elon. See, they give Jake these little devices and stuff just to play with. And, you got the little video games and shit to play with on your phone. They give you this time to do this shit all day. Twitter and talking shit. He always got something funny to say.
Yeah.
Everybody on the see why Esau in the background, they fucking superpowering some shit. Getting some shit ready, man.
Creating all kind of bio-organic
test subjects.
Play them video games, man. Play Resident Evil and see how Esau think, man. Play this type of, see these things they show you, like
bunkers. Underground bunkers.
Man, Esau got some things, man. Esau trying to create life, man. Different hybrid animals and things that he's doing, man.
It says, and their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from afar, and they shall fly as the eagle that hasten to eat.
Yeah, see, and I posted that video with that eagle, man. You know, because in that video I didn't watch all of it, but they were saying eagles don't discriminate on prey. That's why all animals hate the eagle. They say there's instances where eagles got caught hunting baby bears, baby wolves. You know, they'll take it there. It don't matter what animal it is. But they'll go in the water for salmon. They'll get on land. They'll hunt. And they said they kill and eat their own, man.
Well, how mothers treat a mother eagle will have what? 3 eggs. Let the eggs grow, because it's a book. I'll talk about it later. But the chicks will be planted or hatched, and the mother will sit back and watch the three of them fight to the death. All right, well, you survive. I'm gonna feed you. That's a cold-hearted animal.
Yeah, it's a cold-hearted animal.
She pushes out multiple eggs, but really only one survives because she lets them fight to the death.
Fight to the death. And that's the image, and that's the symbol that the Most High likened unto this so-called white race. All right, you know,
it's cold,
and it's all for a spiritual reason, because the Lord gave the eagle those characteristics, you know, and blueprinted it and likened this devil unto this right being.
It's heavy.
You know?
Spirit animal.
So he has no sympathy. He has no remorse for a nigga in poverty on child support, man.
Yeah.
You know. He when you go to these courts and stuff like that, and this is just judges. And you give them your sob story on how you behind on bills and your woman is doing that, she cheated on you, and now she got you on child support. Please let you off, judge. You working damn near 3 jobs your whole life.
Good citizen.
You're good paying. All your receipts show that you was taking care of your child.
You gonna walk out there with a higher note.
Oh, you gonna walk out just for trying to explain yourself.
Yeah.
They might lock you up, man.
Yeah, real shit.
And I mean, you know, we say this thing, you know, we jokingly at times, but the reality of it is these things happen, man. Yeah. These things happen on a daily. You know, that's why when we speak on these things, we really voice out our griefs on things that majority of you Jakes be dealing with, man. Because a lot of stuff we don't be dealing with firsthand. You know, we just witness it, and you know, of course, our remorse for the nation, of course, the elect of the nation. But Yahweh Shah said that when he seen the people, he was moved with compassion, man. It's like, God damn, man, this fucked up. How this devil does this on an everyday basis, man. Exploiting your sicknesses, you know, giving you all these weird treatments they know ain't gonna really help you, but you believe in it, you know, and it might temporarily help you with shutting down other organs. Now you constantly gotta run to this devil, man. And you want 5 types of medicine, mind all bugged out. That's why some Jakes be just warped out, you know, stomach out there. You're like, God damn, Jake going through it, man. You got it.
Psalms chapter 10, verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
Yeah, like a rattlesnake, man. A rattlesnake's whole thing is not to go out and necessarily hunt. When you see the rattlesnake, they know how to burrow themselves within the desert, and they use that rattler as senses of an enticement. You know, certain animals can get close to the point where that rattlesnake can sink that poison into them, man. And that's why the Most High likened this devil unto a snake too, man. Because one bite of that poison, venom it moves quick, man.
Yeah, that's why if I can say real quick, a lot of times when you see like those women belly dancing and stuff, you hear like a rattlesnake noise.
Oh yeah, and that belly dancing is kind of like a snake.
Yeah, it's like a snake.
Snakish, you know, they do that rattling noise too.
They dance with snakes a lot of times. Those
they dance with snakes.
They have
too,
a snake
you know?
and a woman dance.
But that vibration is just, because what do they call it? Like snake charmers. That vibration just puts you in a certain trance, man. Yeah. But see, this devil, he plays a vibration, because America does have a vibration, man.
It does.
But it puts you in Jake in that trance, man. That's why when you watch Matrix, I was going to that scene, Neo was damn near going in here. This Morpheus put him on. They supposed to be talking, you know, Morpheus moving all fast and shit,
dressed weird.
Dressed weird. But damn near Neo, just from the walk of, it looked like he was in New York. He damn near went in the trance. Like, oh shit, just because of a woman and shit, like, he like, God damn. Hey, think about how when John was on the island of Patmos and these men were writing, they first off were in the trance to see these things, but when they were seeing it, they was in awe, like, damn, this is like the golden city. This is like, you know what I'm saying? They liken it unto a somewhat beautiful city or a country, so to speak. Scarlet, gold. But simultaneously, how vicious, underlyingly, that's why it's known as a whore. Yeah. Because with the underlying shit that comes with this system, man. We ain't talking about there's no end to it. There ain't no end to it. Because when you look at America, I've been to certain parts of America. I can honestly say it's a lot of places that are, from a viewpoint, it's beautiful. America is extremely diverse, but that doesn't mean that this is our rest. This is the place you want to settle and retire. Florida has a lot of beautiful places, man.
Yeah. Well, think about, you know, if you've never seen large buildings and city, like, you know, you from fucking Iraq somewhere, and you come to America for the first time, you're like, whoa,
you're gonna be blown away. And you see the different, you know, the women, you know, you see the lifestyle, the lifestyle of pleasure, that freedom to do whatever you want. Because Because what? This is the city of doing without will.
Yeah.
You could be a freak luster. You got areas where if you want to be a homo or you want to be a straight up Dungeon and Dragon weirdo, you can be over there.
You got
the clubs and
dark
shit.
web where they be setting up like orgies and shit on there.
Yeah, you want to do your masquerade thing?
Yeah.
If you and your woman down with the little weirdo shit, y'all got y'all own little. And guess what? You're gonna have people that heavily support you. You know, you're gonna be the man in some of those wicked little pockets, man. So you could be a weirdo, and you could become a multi-millionaire from being a weirdo.
Like on Squid Games, when they was like on that final I guess skit or whatever they did, they had them elite scene with the little mask.
Oh yeah, they was the final games.
Yeah,
man. You know, and those are the ones because really it starts from the top. Those elites
be gay.
They be gay. They into child pedophilia. A lot of them be in these different areas with those masquerades on and shit, man. Rothschild with the little colors and shit.
Right. holding it shit.
Here it is, he worth fucking $10 billion. He worth trillions of dollars and shit. Yeah. And he in these little weirdo functions, man, popping little boys. You know, you got it on.
It's Micah chapter 2.
And these are the ones that rule over us. That's paying us crumbs.
Basis.
You know,
this is the man.
Feeling like we're not qualified for a raise until we put 8 to 10 more years into the job.
A 10-cent raise at that.
And they'll give you a nickel or a quarter every year. You know, this ain't it, man. You cannot find a way to try to conceptualize or make it where this is it. This is not it. That's why I say you got it.
This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest."
Yeah, meaning get your head out of this place, man. There's so many words. Stop being so and like Apostle Recall said, enthralled with America, man. You know, this is a mission. Our whole mission, like the bishop was saying, is to be prophets. To prophesy this word. Get the job done, man. All these little sub missions and sideline missions, fuck all that, man.
Yeah.
You know. Now, of course, like I always bring things into its entirety. Of course, if you got business to handle, I'm not knocking things that brothers got to do, but you know how it is when priorities. If you got priorities, we all know every man got priorities. Every man got to handle their priorities. In the scriptures, men have priorities. You know. But the reality of it is too, trying to be overly invested in this.
This is our first love.
Like this is our first love. Because what happens is when you overly invest your time into America, that becomes your first love. I gotta go to the job. You know, it's always a job. You know, I gotta do that, and I gotta,
parable of the soul. You know,
yeah.
Riches of the seed of the world choking you out. The cares of the world choking you out.
You have something to close with? Okay, we'll read that and close.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Yeah, and this is warfare. So you shouldn't be overly entangled with the affairs of this life. You know, because the affairs of this life is really vanity and vexation of spirit.
That's right.
And the more you entangle with it, it starts to entangle you to the point where you can't get up out of it, man. That's the problem with a lot of jakes. They start to get into this world. They can tap into it. You know, double dutch. I could be in here and I can do this. And I could do this and do that. And I could go a little bit further in here. And I can run all the way back and I could do this.
Yeah.
And I can run a little bit deeper in. And next thing you know, the door closed. Oh shit! Now I'm caught up in it. You know, that's how this devil gets you, man. There's certain things you do in this life that doors closed behind you. You know, there's certain things you engage in that you just can't turn back. That's why a lot of these rappers and celebrities, they can't be normal, man. They went through so much shit. They did certain things with they sacrificed themselves, man. And with that, it's a little bit more.
That he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier.
Yeah, so the Lord chose us to be a soldier, and this is the battlegrounds, man. This is the terrain that the Lord put us in front of to fight. And we don't fight with physical objects, man. You don't see a brother on the post with a switch, man. You know, like a lot of you guys, guys who come with the titties. We don't need that, man. The scripture says that wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shah is better than weapons of war. And this is a object that's strong and worthy enough to take down the whole world, man. Look at the power that Yahweh Shah had from just teaching that word, man. Right. You know, he didn't have to have all these different guns, man. You know, so with that, hopefully, brothers edified. We're gonna end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakadash.
double honor to the apostle and elders, great millstone. Shalom, man.
Shalom.